The major issue today in America after the failure of President Bush in the elections is Iraq. Everybody knows that Iraq was the key problem for the campaign, for the election campaign for the Republic Party, and that's why we saw already resignation of Donald Rumsfeld, the Secretary of Defense. And that's because of Iraq. I assume, I can see that when Ehud Olmert will meet President Bush, one of the major topics will be, of course, Iraq. But how can Israel affect Iraq? The only way I can understand that Israel would participate or support some American policy in Iraq, to a change in American policy in Iraq, is the question of Syria. Syria is a key player in our political arena, because in Syria there is a lot of support from Syria to Iraq, and if America will change its policy vis-à-vis Syria, it might help also to isolate Iran with all the nuclear issues that we know about. It might help us in Lebanon because it will weaken the Hezbollah, and it might help us, Israel, in our problems with the Hamas, because the Hamas getting a lot of support from Syria, and the leaders of the Hamas are in Damascus. So I can see a change and negotiation, I would say, between Olmert and President Bush about Syria. And maybe there will be change in American policy vis-à-vis Syria. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know, it depends on the view of the beholder, Israel will have to pay some of the price, which means some maybe withdrawal or some change in the Israeli position in the Golan Heights, because the Syrian main interest is the Golan Heights.
Okay, one last question. Do you think that Israel now in the Middle East is militarily strong and powerful, but politically weak?
Yeah, I see it the way you present it. Israel today is militarily strong, but politically very, very weak. And I think that we are in a sort of regression, because we were accepted in the Arab world. We were on this avenue of being accepted by the Arab world. So after Oslo, we established some relationship with some Arab countries in North Africa and the Gulf. And now there is a sort of stability, and not only stability, but the situation is stands still. And there is no development, there is no progress in this direction, and it's vital to us to continue and to be accepted in the Middle East, because if we would not be accepted in the Middle East, we are, I cannot say that we are doomed to die, but we will be, in our children and grandchildren will face many problems.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, all of you.